All right, we'll start our demo with NetSuite, where we're going to actually create a customer in NetSuite. So let's go ahead and provide it a name, and we can also enter information, other information about the account, such as the email address and phone number. So let's put the phone number. And we could also add other information about this account during the account creation process that will eventually migrate to Salesforce. So let's go ahead and save that. And now that we have an account in Salesforce, I'm sorry, in NetSuite, now let's go ahead and look at our Salesforce. We can see this big tech Inc. that we created came over along with other accounts that are in NetSuite. And let's go ahead and drill into it. Now we have our account in Salesforce, so we can do Salesforce type activities. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and actually create an opportunity. Let's go ahead and give it a name. I'm going to call it my big op. And we're pretty aggressive, so we're going to go ahead and create a close date for tomorrow. And let's go ahead and set the stage for prospecting as we are trying to work in this opportunity. And we'll go ahead and save it. And this opportunity is going to be associated now with this specific account. Now what we're going to do is going to go ahead and add a product to this opportunity. And as you can see, the products through our process templates, the products have already been migrated from NetSuite to Salesforce. We're going to pick JB100. And on the next screen, we're going to enter the quantity for this specific opportunity. And there's going to be 10 of those. And now we have created an opportunity with a product. Next, we're going to create a quote. I'm going to make it a primary, pick our opportunity name and account. And let's see what else we need to do. Let's go ahead and put some address information in there. We're going to go ahead and save. I think that should do it. Now that we have a quote in the system, as it shows up, we can see that we need to do an extra step to calculate the value of the quote. So we're going to go ahead and click on the navigation, drop menu, calculate, and that puts our quote in the right path to processing. So now we have an account that came from NetSuite with products that came from NetSuite through our process templates. We have created an account and an opportunity, and we have a quote. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mark this opportunity as closed won. And we're going to go ahead and pick from the drop down list closed won. And just like that, our opportunity has migrated to that stage. Now, if we go back to our quote, the next thing we want to do is change the status to, let's say, accepted. And I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and save that. So now our quote has been moved to an accepted stage. And let's go and look at our related objects. And the next thing we want to do is go ahead and, assuming that we're ready to bill our customer, and if we switch our refresh our page and go back to the related, now we have our order set up. So now that we have our order, let's go ahead and actually get it ready to be processed. We're going to go ahead and activate it. So the quote is now activated. We don't have an NetSuite order ID quite yet, but behind the scene, our process templates are doing the work to populate the NetSuite order ID. So if we refresh our page and navigate to the details section. Now we see we have our NetSuite ID 293119. So we're just going to copy that over, validate that quickly within NetSuite. So this was the account that we created. We're going to go to our transactions and under sales, and let's look at our sales order list. It should be at the top of the list. And as you can see, we have Big Tech Inc. and the specific order that was just created. Let's go ahead and view this sales order. And as you can see on the URL at the top, we have an ID of 293119, which matches the order ID from within NetSuite. So now we have our orders as well. Now the next step is to create an invoice. And as you can see, we have no invoices right now. So if we go back to our order, and what we're going to do is go ahead and edit this order and get it ready for billing. So if we scroll down to the bottom, we're going to pick our batch and provide the account and click the Build Now button. So that way behind the scene, our CPQ and billing modules within Salesforce can call the process templates that we have in Jitterbit to actually send this invoice to NetSuite. As you can see already, we have the invoice. And if we navigate that to the invoice, we do have to make this active, so that way we can get the invoice information in the invoice number and field. So if we refresh it, now we have our invoice number, which is 293120. We're going to copy that over, and let's navigate to our invoice, go to sales and list. So that should also be at the top of our list. And as you can see there, there it is for an invoice for Big Tech, and you can see the IDs match. And if we scroll down, we see the information about the items for this specific invoice and the logic and the rules that we've set in NetSuite in calculating them out. Now let's look at our project. The project that we have is comprised of five areas. One is contacts, items, price books, orders, and invoices. So let's go to navigate to the first one, which is accounts and contacts. On the left, we have our workflows. And on the right side, we have our connectors. We are using NetSuite and Salesforce in this case. And on the main canvas, you have all the things, including scheduling. You could do this in real time as well. We've deployed it as a schedule that runs hourly every day. And we have the workflows, grabbing information from NetSuite, upserting in Salesforce, and we also have the contacts. We have, as you've seen consistently across all the projects, we also have the failure emails, just in case something goes wrong. The next one is the product sync, the inventory items from NetSuite to Salesforce. Again, we have the similar flows. Again, we have the failure emails, so error handling is already done for you. You can certainly modify it based on your requirements. The third one is our price book, making sure that that is in sync with between Salesforce and NetSuite. Again, with failure notices if needed. And the fourth one is the NetSuite sales order. That's when we make sure when the orders that are created in Salesforce are sent over to NetSuite, and how we update the NetSuite ID back to Salesforce. Again, these are all available to you out of the box and for you to configure and customize for your requirements. And finally, the last one is invoices. we're going to go ahead and search for information from NetSuite, grab the information from Salesforce to be able to create invoices in NetSuite going from Salesforce. That concludes our demonstration of our CPQ and billing process templates, and we'll see you next time.